Hi, welcome to PerfectLearn TV channel. This is our first vocabulary lesson with jump communication with Catherine. For every thank you that you receive, how do you respond? I bet you always like to respond with welcome that is creative and fits on how formal or casual the situation is. Stop saying welcome the plain and common way. And this is what this video is for. So let's start! There's a common expression in English that says, variety is the spice of life. It means, in order for things to be interesting, they need to be new, different, and constantly changing. But variety is also the spice of English speaking. We all know that it's polite to say thank you to someone after they've done something nice or helpful. But, of course, you're welcome isn't the only way to respond when someone thanks you. Here are a few ways to say you're welcome in English, but you may need to consider this. First, the level of formality in the situation. Are you with your friends and family, with strangers, or at work? Second, the size of the task or favor that you completed. Third, country that you're in. How to say you're welcome in formal situations. My pleasure, my pleasure. This is probably the most formal and gracious option on the list. You are telling the other person that whatever favor you've done for them, you truly enjoyed it and perhaps gained some benefit from it. I am happy to help. I am happy to help. I'm sure you do the same for me. I'm sure you do the same for me. The other ways to say you're welcome in formal situations are, I'm glad to help. I'm happy to be of assistance. Happy to be of service. You might notice that many of the more formal variants of you're welcome imply that some sort of service has been performed. That's because you'll most commonly hear and use these expressions in places such as restaurants, banks, public buildings, and other locations where there are individuals who are performing a specific job. Are you feeling confident about how to say you're welcome appropriately now? I think you can think of any other way to say you're welcome. Then make a list and keep adding to it as you start to learn and hear more of these phrases. So what are you waiting for? Challenge yourself to use some of these phrases more than you're welcome to add variety to your English. You'll be sounding more native in no time. Now let's proceed on how to say you're welcome in informal situations. It was nothing. It's nothing. Be careful with this one because you don't want to sound dismissive, while it's common in other languages to respond with this sort of a wording. No problem, not a problem. This is very common, especially in the US and Canada, where it is almost an automatic response. You can expect to hear it in all kinds of situations such as at the grocery store, in a restaurant, or in conversation with friends. It's no trouble. It's no trouble. Anytime. Anytime. Sure. Yep. Sure. Yep. This sort of short affirmative response to a thank you is acceptable in North America, but very unusual in the UK. Use this in a low-stakes situation when you've just done a small favor. If someone thanks you for holding the door, say, or for picking up something that you've dropped. Sure thing. Sure thing. No worries. No worries. This is most common in Australia and New Zealand, but is gaining more attraction around the English-speaking world. It is similar in sentiment to no problem, but is a little more relaxed and colloquial. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. This is a slightly more relaxed way of saying you're welcome than the first two. As with not at all, you are implying that the favor was so simple or pleasant that the other person doesn't even need to thank you for it. No big deal. No big deal. Those are the different ways to respond to thank you, both informal and in informal ways. Bonus, the next time you thank someone, don't be surprised if he or she responds with thank you also. If someone says this, it means that not only were you being helped, but you were helping someone else in return. With these options, you should be able to find just the right words for any situation. I hope you learned lots from today's vocabulary lesson. Always remember, when you want to be polite, the most important thing is sincerity. No matter which option you go with, smile and use a friendly tone of voice when responding to a thank you. Your polite manner will tell people far more than the words you choose. Thank you for learning English vocabulary with me. I hope to see you on the next lesson. If you find contents like this useful to you, please do subscribe and see you on our next videos. Have fun!